Okay, so this section is this. Okay, so that you guys saw that, right?
So what?
How that happened?
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay.
I didn't see anything.
Oh,
Nothing changed.
my bad. That's my bad.
This guy, bro. What the hell?
Prompt the. Oh, I got it. Yeah, I can see it. Okay. Oh.
Welcome, Point Park fans. Welcome back to the Point Park Esports facility. Today we are live for the League of Legends first game of the season, the fall 2024 season. I am Alex Sears, and this is Rhett
Spadaccini. Hi. How you doing?
Perfect. All right. Today's competition is with the Point Park Esports program taking on the University of North Carolina, Greensboro. What a good matchup for the first game of the season.
Heard a lot of good things about Greensboro. Very green, very borough.
Yes, very green, very borough. So, about the team. Last year, there's a lot of different changes. A lot of the seniors are now gone, and we moved up with a couple of other people from the freshman class, which is great. You'll get to meet them today as we talk about the game, of course.
Yep.
And then we will also be talking about the other team, of course. We're not going to leave them out.
Yeah, of course not. Of course not. No clue. No clue that feeling.
I don't know that feeling either. I mean, I do now, but considering Rocket League is now back.
Yeah, that's true.
Rocket League is now back for the 2024 fall season. That's a good thing. We were supposed to have a game yesterday, but that game unfortunately was forfeited by the other team. So technically, Point Park Rocket League is now 1-0. Beginning of the year. That's insane.
Leading the pack without having to do any work at all. A real Steelers move.
Right.
A real power play with the rest of the Rocket League team.
Absolutely doing nothing but winning in fashion, which is great to hear. So, speaking of the Point Park Rocket League team, going back on that, you guys will get to see them play Monday. Next Monday, they will be playing Simpson College.
And then as well, you'll be able to see our Valorant team tomorrow.
Valorant team tomorrow. Who do they play?
Now, that I'm not familiar with. I was so busy in the animation labs with my head down.
Gotcha.
Put my hand on the pulse of esports brackets, but you'll be able to see them tomorrow. Same time, I think, about like our league games, about 7-ish?
7:30.
Yep.
And that will be definitely broadcasted with, I believe, Marco as our new broadcaster. And I'm not sure who the second one is. I believe it's Kai.
Yes.
Yeah, Kai, who is very familiar with our esports broadcasting group. So, hopefully the game gets started here in a second. We're kind of just rambling now.
I'm excited to be back here. My attendance last time was a bit spotty, but I should be around a little more often.
And of course, I'll be here every Tuesday, as in bright fashion, and every Monday because I am a Rocket League team member.
Yeah, there you go.
So you'll see me on the camera twice as much.
Yeah, we're hoping for some interesting character picks this time around.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to get into the game.
We are.
Perfect.
New screen, too. Look at that.
Oh, that's a beautiful screen. Wow.
Fantastic. Looks like we're looking at the bands already. An interesting band set. I'm not one to realize if the GP was banned. That seems like a strange pick for me. Gangplank was always a little bit notoriously a high skill floor character.
Now, I believe the bands on the sides, on the left side and right side here. Okay, so
yeah, they're going to be on the bottom row. Any grayed out photo,
Jinx,
they're gone. At least for the next 30
Poppy's
minutes.
out. Wow, that's actually insane.
Oh no, bottom end.
Oh, bottom. Oh, gotcha.
You know, and our Point Park bands are Milio, Gangplank, Master Yi, Aurelion, and Vladimir. And UNCG Atlantis has banned Volibear, Aatrox, Thresh, Ilaoi, and Mordekaiser. We're looking to avoid like a lot of tanky bruiser enemies, apparently.
Gotcha.
Which I guess tracks, especially this patch. Enchanters and some select bruisers and tanks are very, very oppressive. Although Enchanters have been getting nerfed quite frequently lately, especially with Aurora's introduction. Having the usual, like, character just comes out power creep and then having that nerf to the ground. She's had her fun, had her time in the sun. But right now, it looks like we're looking at more of an avoidance for bruisers and one-shot ability, I think. Aurelion Soul comes with, like, an execution. 2 GP barrels will make anyone explode down to, like, little to no health. And Yi's just a bit too slippery.
Gotcha. Pretty interesting picks for Point Park Esports with Caitlyn, Rikaru, Jarvan 4.
Rakan, Jarvan 4, Ornn, and Syndra. Ornn is a fresh face to me. Hardly saw tanky guys like that, save for like maybe Garen or Darius. But seeing Ornn, that's an interesting play. I believe that's probably going to be top lane Ornn. Although I do know a good guy who is very good at jungle Ornn. Jorn.
Speaking of top players, I believe this year our freshman LeBron, aka what's his gamer tag?
Search me, I'm afraid.
Well, we'll see it in the game. I believe that is Ornn. I believe LeBron is playing Ornn.
Okay, here we go.
So, and we're back, our freshly faces. And I did see some great picks from North Carolina. They had some pretty good picks. What was your go on it?
From what I could tell from them, they're looking at a lot more of a pokey strategy. Although I am a little worried for them. They picked Azir, and Azir has not seen the best treatment by Riot. A lot of nerfs, a lot of adjustments ever since Worlds last year. The unfortunate treatment of a professional playing them to their highest, they got to nerf them so that way they can maybe see some changes, or to prevent any sort of repeated, repetition, you know.
Gotcha. So we're looking at a possibility for, you know, a team who's doing a strategy. They have a strategy going on into this battle. However, they seem to have a disadvantage with the nerfs.
A couple of slow characters. Azir is the one that stands out. A friend of mine, very passionate about Azir, knows him relatively well, and as he is right now, last I had checked, it's been a minute since I've seen it, is that Azir is initially he was like an enchanter, like a magical type character, and he could make these little soldiers that would do physical damage, so 2 different damage types. However, it seems that for whatever reason, whatever move he uses that is magic, the soldiers will deal physical and vice versa.
Yeah, and
which is a very confused concept.
Seems like we're looking at the League of Legends team for Point Park. If you look on the right side, that's going to be LeBron. He's our freshman this year. I don't believe I remember the second person. Who was the second person again? The one.
Yeah, sorry, searching the old memory banks. I've had a wild summer. A lot of stuff I got flushed down the old memory.
Well, we could see.
Oh. Sorry, my technical spill here.
And then on the far right side, in the very back, you can see Gale. Of course, there's Gale. He is ready to go. And then next to him is Gibby.
You know, so I'm outside, really intimidating, really great aura on the guy. I think he'll bring a lot to the team there. But still, there is a chill in the air tonight. The first league game back. I am excited to see what our freshmen will bring, what our veterans will pull out from their big bag of tricks.
I definitely feel the nerves in the air tonight, especially with this new Point Park League of Legends team. 3 new faces to me. That's insane.
Open possibility to a lot of fresh teamwork, fresh strategies, but also open to maybe some weak points there. Teams not used to each other. There might be gaps in the defense, but I remain optimistic.
Yes, optimistic
about
indeed.
the whole game. Very interested to see how that Azir strategy is going to work on Team Atlantis' side.
I did get confirmation that the person next to LeBron on the left side or right side of him, that is Lucas.
There it is, yeah.
Lucas coming back for his, I think, 3rd season?
I think so, yeah.
And then I am losing my mind on the 3rd person.
Well, we will get that sorted out shortly.
Looks like we have a 3-minute delay.
That's nothing.
Yeah, that's nothing for us. We can come up with something. I'm trying to remember who that 3rd person was in the middle.
What if I could too? But my memory's still full of all the animation.
Yeah, because I basically kind of go with people with their gamer tags. I know that's Highway, but I'm stuck on names.
Well, we'll stick with Highway for now.
Yeah, we'll stick with Highway.
We'll improv. We'll do it live.
Yeah.
We're doing it live already. But I am curious to see, again, about the comps. There looks like Point Park has done a more tanky bruiser setup, which will be really good scaling in the late game. They might be going for the long con against North Carolina. But hopefully they can take advantage of that. I know with pokey comps, with stumpier melee characters, they get put out by that lack of range. Maybe some jungling, maybe some good ganks. But we'll just have to wait and see. I didn't get quite a good look at the jungler specifically.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the jungler is for Point Park.
I mean, frankly, anybody can be jungler except for like a few fringe cases. I mean, a lot of it's efficiency based.
I know that Gale has put up a support role. So he will be down near the bottom.
Toward bot lane with our wonderful ADC. Although it looks like mid lane, if I had to guess, top lane, I have had to guess from memory, Ornn and Garen. Garen is a really oppressive, like he's a lane bully very much. He's very easy to play, very easy to pick up and just put down. He has essentially a whole full item passive just in his kit. He's a very spoiled guy for viability, essentially. But with Ornn has a lot of like physical armor, and he has an advantage that no other character has, where he can access the shop from anywhere on the map.
It sounds like we have a really good strategy against this.
Pretty much farm, and try to feed into the Garen or let the Garen snowball too far. That's pretty much how it is with most snowball characters. You just have to cut them off at the pass. Otherwise, they start to run really rampant unless the whole team coordinates against them, which might be tricky if the rest of the enemy team knows how to work around them to safeguard them, essentially. With junglers, I didn't get a good look at the junglers, so we'll jump to them once we get to the game started. Mid lane, if I had to put my lock-in for the guess, would probably be Azir Syndra. Which, frankly, is a complete toss-up. I have not played against many Syndras. They are interesting. Syndra can like pick up little guys and orbs she has and just toss them your way to deal pretty hefty damage.
And probably the mix of the two are probably going to be playing jungle, of course, with that mid lane.
With Azir, though, he has essentially like he has a standing army, quite literally. He can just make soldiers pop up and jump.
Minions have spawned.
And as both of them very casually.
It does look like there are a lot of the enemy team, the NC team, on the bottom lane.
What's that? That's for leashing, you see. Some junglers, they need a bit of a speed head start, so teammates will help their own junglers by helping break down large beasts they have to break. Helps them get further than the enemy jungler in time. Some junglers really need it, some don't really, but it's always a help. Always help your jungler. It's pretty good etiquette.
Looks like we're getting a little bit of commotion here. Top lane and bottom lane.
Top lane is always a bit of a single player adventure, so I'm sure we can leave these two at it. Though Garen has the advantage early, very much so. He can silence. He can do just a lot. He has passive healing, which makes him really nasty, especially weirdly at levels 1 and 2, and then that kind of drops off at 5.
Yeah.
Like 3, 4, and 5, and then back up at 6 when he gets his ultimate. It's basically a free win button.
Everyone's leveling up so far.
But it looks like Ornn is freezing the wave pretty well, keeping him from advancing, keeping his distance. With bot lane, look at, there's mid lane. Good old, there they are. Those soldiers, he'll just pop them up, and any kind of move he does, that soldier will mimic.
So, looking at the, we have a little bit of commotion with Tracer from over and ear spearing. Tracer from over, trying to get into that little bit of a battle situation.
Seems like
Highway
Garen's
up to 3 with Kirk.
And that's that Syndra nonsense, that bouncing those like huge balls into other enemies and minions to have a bit of a cast. Now I'm looking at as well bot lane. I think that is going to be a slight advantage to Point Park. Caitlyn is incredibly pokey. Well, she has a much higher range than Jinx does. Supports, though, I think it could go either way. Lulu has the ability to essentially like turn you into a rabbit and sort of knock out your ability to do things for a few seconds. But Rakan has mobility on his side.
Gotcha. And it looks like Tracer from Over is trying to get the kill on ear spearing.
It's a tempting offer. He is under tower, though. That's a huge risk. If you run the risk of going forward, you run the risk of inting and leaving yourself wide open to any kind of mistake or human error. It happens. I've done it several times. It's a little fun sometimes, honestly.
Is it more reasonable to go for the kill at the beginning?
If you're confident, you can do it, and I think that's a big thing. If you're confident and you go into it, you got to stay into it confident.
And that's talking with LeBron, because LeBron, I believe, is that top lane Tracer character. Definitely looks to be a lot more confident than most of the freshmen here.
Mm-hmm. Well, time, experience, but that doesn't mean that no one else can match their ability. But I do think with the matchup, he does have to be careful, because Garen, even with Ornn's armor and ability to just not have to go back to base to buy items, Garen can really dial it up. He is a nasty, nasty opponent.
And it looks like
we are at bot lane again. They're push up to tower, which means they're mostly safe for the most part.
Looks like NC has come up with a 1-kill lead. Unfortunately for Point Park.
First blood, very important.
I'm not sure who took first blood.
We can kind of gauge that off by the death timers. I have a feeling that may be the jungler. I'm just kind of like reading the health back and forth. Both bot laners are present. Or it could be the Syndra, the mid laner.
Gotcha.
Highway. Our beloved Highway might have gotten caught in first blood, but that's okay. That's just a minor error in what can be a totally
and Tracer from Over is trying to get a little bit commotion on ear spearing.
That's Ornn for you. Ornn has the ability to sort of knock people around, bash them with a big hammer, and it works well. That little spike thing he puts up, if he headbutts it, it'll knock anyone up in that area and stun them for a second.
And Highway taking on Kirk in the middle lane, of course.
Loving the aesthetics of these skins, though. Very nice, very nice. But
it's giving me ice cold feeling.
Something I wish was like this in the studio.
Oh, and spooky.
Looks like we got Jarvan Ribeiro on Drake. That'll be very important to compensate the first blood. He's get a Drake lead.
Kirk trying to take out Highway. Double team with some stars, Big Man and AC.
Almost on. That was a good play on Azir and Poppy's
It was a good try.
But
Highway is still in this.
Looks like we got some commotion out in the Drake pit.
Oh,
but
and
the Poppy couldn't steal it.
Spooky hand show. Trying to get some commotion on some stars. Big Man come to help. Oh, and Ribeiro gets out in time.
Hopefully they can escape. And
Highway, Ribeiro gets
Azir
eliminated.
That's a shame. But it looks like they clean up. That looks like
it's going to be a double kill.
That's a shame.
The jungle.
Good work on North Carolina's part. They did manage to clean up and save a couple of kills.
Yes.
Unfortunately for Point Park, but I am still optimistic. We got the Drake. The Point Park can very reliably spin it back. I think it'll be just fine.
Highway coming up now with
Highway keeping the pressure on the Azir, though. So long as that's consistent, Azir can't step up as far as he normally can.
Here comes Tracy from Tracer
Garen,
from Over.
from what I can tell, hasn't been that fed or fed at all. So even better. That prevents a snowball from going a little crazy, at least until the late game. Eventually, the gold you just get from minions and just time will eventually cause its head.
Looks like some commotion is going on.
Jarvan getting the grubs. That's a little new feature lately in the latest patch. Grubs will help tear the tower down if you can get to it. And they are in what used to be the Baron pit. Still is the Baron pit.
Gotcha.
Looks like they're trying to make a play for the last grub. There's 6 in total. This is the last of the first set.
Ribeiro trying to make a move on some stars. Can they get him?
Hopefully they don't split the difference and leave someone wide open. Doesn't look like it.
Yep. And some stars trying to come back.
They're really keeping on the pressure. Garen coming in.
Ear spearing.
Unfortunate. That is the free win button of Garen's, his ultimate. Just a lot of
wait a minute. Tracer from Over. Ooh,
there we go.
Gets a kill, but gets killed in the commotion.
Syndra and Ornn at least take down the Poppy. Better than nothing. Hopefully we can see some higher plays. Hopefully they don't fall too far behind. I still think it'll go just fine. You can turn a lot of games around like that.
Yeah, it's only the beginning of the game, but we're still looking at a 6-1 differential which is unfortunate for Point Park. NC really doing a really good job here in the beginning of the game.
Unfortunate, but I think that Point Park stocks can only go up. Still, though, excited to see what may be able to... No, when it comes to, like, counterplay, it's a little bit nuanced. There's a little more execution, less items, but some items can really help, especially if an enemy player snowballs a little bit ahead with higher build items.
Gotcha.
Especially with enchanters nowadays, with like Azir and Lulu, magic resistance might be very important. With Azir, I'm honestly not sure. Last that I'd seen, his damage type was just very mixed, way more than any other mixed damage type character like Corki, where if he builds magic, his soldiers do physical and vice versa, which is a strange setup. But it seems to be working now, although an Azir is nothing without the help of his teammates. So if the Azir can get caught out, that will help put Point Park in some momentum, I think.
Right now, the momentum is all on NC in the beginning of the game, but I believe Point Park can pull through in the end.
Of course. And if not, there's always the next game.
Yeah, there's always the next game.
Persistence is the best friend here, regardless of the results. If we keep continuing at it, eventually things will fall into place, and I think that'll be just fine. All right, and we're back. We've got view of the top of the bot lane. Both junglers in here as well. A nice 3v3 action.
Nice.
Rakan going in, Poppy pushing back.
Oh, and Ribeiro looks like to be damaged a lot. Trying to get out of there.
Getting caught out. It's anybody's game.
Spooky trying to get out of there as fast as
Poppy
he
down.
can.
Shutdown delivered, I think.
Ribeiro has slain AC.
There we go.
Double kill for Ribeiro.
And we're back to 1-to-1 ratio.
It is a 6-6 tied game. Just like that 3v3 action going for the tower immediately.
And you can see those little grubs at action. How the tower's all purple like that. With a grub, that increases the damage rate over time. An incredible Shurima shuffle on Highway. Very unfortunate for Highway. Oh, a slight technical bump, but that right there was the Shurima shuffle. Well, less of that. The actual shuffle is you can apparently trick it where you have the soldiers go one way and then pull back into you. That's essentially pushing
insane.
And then pulling back in whoever you have caught in that ultimate. But in this case, you really all Azir needed to do was just push Highway into the tower, and towers will prioritize champions so long as there's no other minions in the way, or if they damage the enemy champion while in tower range with minions.
Going back to that triple 3-on-3 action there. Beautiful double kill by Ribeiro.
Yeah,
that was
very well done.
That was very well done. Definitely something that he has improved on in the future.
We've caught right back up as well, 6-6, probably 6-7 because of the unfortunate stream of push, but we've caught back up. The stocks are going up. Well, Point Park is doing just fine.
I believe that was also because of the Drake. I think getting that Drake early and then also trying to get the grubs early was a very smart idea.
It is one thing as well. He had to play either for like high kills or like high objectives. You can have as many kills in the world, but if you're not doing objectives, you are at a severe disadvantage anyway.
Yes.
There are two more objective-based things like grubs. So the grubs are one thing. They happen twice a game from like, I think 5 minutes to then 15 minutes. That's how long they're up. Then by minute 15, the grubs vanish, and then Shelly, the Rift Herald, shows up. Shelly's gameplay is a little bit tweaked now. It used to be you would kill her and then summon her somewhere, and she would just kind of go on her merry way and just break towers down. Now, you are able to pilot Shelly. With a good right click, you can then choose and pilot this giant bug into whatever you feel like.
Gotcha,
and she can still break towers as strong as any other can.
And now we're back, and it looks like NC has come up with 2 additional kills. Unfortunate for Point Park, they are now 8-6.
I'm sure we can crowd it. We already are. We have a 2 Drake lead. with Earth Drake and Life Drake. Poppy getting caught out. Can they be saved? Garen getting... There they go! Now let's let this Garen to cut off his retreat. He's fast, but Point Park is a little bit faster. It does seem like he does get away. Coming back to the bot lane, the North Carolina's really pushed in. Like I mentioned with Caitlyn's range, it is very oppressive if you just kind of let her shoot at you.
Yeah, that bot lane has taken a lot of the damage to that tower.
It's one of those sort of, twas never a matter of if, only when that tower falls, unless you get on top of Kate. Just get in her face.
Highway against...
Highway keeping up well against Azir, given the circumstances. I think just to be careful of Azir's ultimate, and just the roaming ganks by the Poppy, and things should be square. You might not see kills, but 'twas better to play to not lose than play to win in a bad circumstance.
It looks like looks like Tracer was trying to do some damage on the tower there. Some stars going after...
Poppy clearing jungle camps. Love to see it. Love to see an attempt.
Same thing with Ribeiro.
There's Shelly right there.
Ribeiro trying to take out the shell. Highway, big man there, trying to take some things out.
Just clearing the vision, keeping surprises up. Although it looks like top is getting a crash wave into Ornn. The Garen might be proxying this time. Sometimes what will happen is that, for thrills it seems, top laners will walk past the tower range into the next minion wave behind you. And then that'll leave you wide open to a minion crash.
Gotcha.
Looks like North Carolina has the Rift Herald. That can be very dangerous. Should Poppy choose to pilot it?
It looks like Ear Spearing. Some stars has come to help.
Someone's teleporting in. The Herald is summoned. It looks like that might be a distraction play to try and keep pressure off of one lane and capture a gank.
And Highway has come to help Tracer. That's a tower down for Point Park. That's unfortunate.
But they might be able to recoup their losses and at least capture somebody here.
And Highway has been eliminated. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think Highway can still come back. Looks like Poppy might be caught out, though, as long as the Garen
Tracer
doesn't get in too much.
Tracer trying to help out this double attack, this double assault by some stars, and
good old gank. Coming back to bot lane. Oh, looks like bot lane's tower, North Carolina's bot lane tower has fallen. A huge push right there from Azir. But will it be enough? It doesn't appear so.
I don't know, because it looks like Kirk might be a little into trouble. Ace also in a little bit of trouble. Some stars has come down to the bottom lane to help.
There could be maybe a Kate ult that could probably pop the Azir or the Jinx. But it looks like, for the most part, Point Park and North Carolina are still kind of at even odds. Top one is broken on Point Park side, but bottom one's turret is broken on North Carolina's side. There are still pretty mirrored results.
Now, if they push off that bottom part of the map, they could try to push in and get a easy push on that bottom lane and try to go up.
They could try that, but closer you get to the base, the faster people will show up.
And that is not the way we want it here.
Seems a little strange, although perhaps ideal to lose, just kind of roaming around breaking some control wards. It's good to keep vision off of you, just so that way no one will see you're coming, but it seems very easy for the Jinx to get caught out if they're still awares. Granted, Jinx is still, at least at this point now, everyone's at a very dangerous position where anyone can still kill anybody else.
And it's really nice to see the killed/death ratio as we look at 4 kills for E-Spearing and 4 kills for Gideon. It's anyone's game, I really think.
Yeah, even looking at the higher stats, you know, turret towers, gold ratio, monster ratio, it's all very solid, although it seems like North Carolina is going to get this Drake,
which is unfortunate. However, Tracer's trying to go after some stars, doesn't get the kill on it, but...
Although we do know now what the Drake of the game is, as there are 3 Drakes that are given one game, but only one of them will show up after the second 2 every single time.
And that's the Infernal Drake. Unfortunately, NC has taken the Infernal Drake.
That's going to be a slight boost in attack damage, and that will happen every single time a Drake will show up, unless it is Elder.
Yeah,
but that's for later.
And that push, that gives NC a little bit of an advantage.
Now, if I had to wager a good way to get around a lot of these guys is a lot of them are roaming. The Lulu is just roaming pretty reliably. I think maybe a couple of wards to bait them out might be ideal. But I think perhaps moving as a unit could definitely solve the problem of a handful of these enemies of the Atlantic.
Looks like Ribeiro is channeling back.
Yep, heading back. Got some cash to burn. Building that lethality type build with Eclipse. Looks like they might be getting, if I had to wager, I could be wrong, maybe Death's Dance or maybe Hubris too.
Tracer doing his own thing, trying to eliminate minions.
I mean, Ornn can just kind of stand out there for as long as they need. Although looking at the score here, might be in a rough spot. Garen does have a bounty, and they are ahead. Looks like they're going kind of full attack speed. The more they can hit, the harder they hit, more or less.
Ribeiro trying to take out camps, as most junglers would do. Big man also just roaming around.
Seems like it's anyone's game. They are invading and stealing some camps, but I feel like camps are a little bit of a moot point at this point in the game. That typically matters a lot more once it's like the 10-minute mark or even less than that, but Poppy's not really that much of a ganker, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, I catch your drift.
Although I feel like the win con here for Point Park might be the Caitlyn, high bouncy.
Oh, and what a triple assault on that turret, destroying the turret. Point Park now has 2 turrets down, or has taken out 2 turrets. NC looks to be in a rough position now with both those turrets down.
Go good poke game here as you're getting caught out.
And there is a beautiful assault with Spooky Hand Soap and Ribeiro to take out Kit.
A wonderful shutdown toward Point Park to really close in that gold ratio. It looks like Garen just sprinting away. I mean, truly the best strategy in League is to run for your life when you think it's wise, and it usually is wise.
And now it's a 9-9 situation. These teams look both pretty balanced. The
I think it's going to be 1 or 2 big, badly played fights or like just mistakes, and it might be curtains, but it's still anyone's game here.
The gold ratio does look to be on Point Park's side, though.
Just barely, at least by 300-400. Seems like Poppy is still waiting for her camps. I don't know if that's really necessary at this point. Everyone is first item. Everyone is practically at second item at this rate.
Yeah, and it looks like Highway is trying to keep E-Spearing back. Some stars taking out that camp.
Seems like there has been a switch as well. Garen is seen more on bot lane. Jinx is at the top, which could be troublesome, really. It's been a minute since I've been in that position. Oh, Highway might be getting caught out in the gank by North Carolina. The Garen and the Poppy sweep in. Yeah,
and Highway getting double teamed, and that's unfortunate for E-Spearing.
It's hard to
some
escape.
Stars with a double assault.
Double gank. It's hard to escape.
On Highway. Here comes Tracer, though, to come help.
Hard to escape the free win button.
But he was a little too late.
I don't think it's wise that much to sort of play into this fight. Garen just needs to walk outside of combat for like 3 seconds, and he's back into it. See, there he is. Just let his passive do all the work.
Doing a little bit of dancing, I saw.
Oh, good to have a sense of humor in this situation.
Just like unfortunate. E-Spearing and Tracer, though.
Oh, Azir, though, has free reign to sort of cut through, which it happens. That happens. Some people just sneak through the cracks.
Yeah, and there's the blue turret down for Point Park. That is unfortunate.
We have some gaps in defense, but they do just as well.
And the gold supply for NC has gone up 1,000 plus.
They are about a 900 distance, but you can still correct that.
Yes, and it looks like a red turret has been taken down. That's good for Point Park. And Tracer and E-Spearing.
Oh, look out, Ornn the
But it's a double assault. Big man trying to come in there, but Tracer gets out of the way.
It is definitely a defensive play, at least in this situation of a 1v2.
It looks like E-Spearing might be pushing.
They're trying to get Baron? That seems like a risky play.
Trying to get Baron. Ribeiro and Highway trying to get Baron. That's...
I don't know if they can do it. Not with 2 people, anyway.
Oh, and here comes Gideon.
There we go. We got everybody.
There's Gideon. Tracer by himself trying to take out E-Spearing. However, E-Spearing might be going for the turn instead.
Yeah, I mean, with Garen...
Oh, and wait, hold on. Tracer trying to get out of there. The blue turret's down. E-Spearing taking out.
Baron captured. Wait a minute. Well, we're in a play here.
Baron Nashor's been captured.
That gives Point Park a huge passive buff to every minion in strength and speed. Look at them. They're so big now.
Yeah,
they went to school. Look at them go.
And they're really assaulting on that top.
Really just tears turrets down. All they got to do is just stand next to them with that little purple ring, and then they'll get big. Look at them go.
Mm-hmm. It looks like Tracer has moved from the top lane to the bottom lane, but now everyone's on the top lane, and the turret situation is still in NC's favor. However, the gold has gone over to Point Park's favor.
It is a very tight back and forth. Hopefully no one gets caught out. Hopefully people kind of move in a unit. I see bot lane is... It really has to do with just getting past that river.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I feel like maybe moving as a unit might be the best choice, even if it means giving up
some of the lanes.
Although if maybe they had a split pusher, Garen and a few other champs, I don't know about Ornn, but Garen can split push, letting the rest of his team kind of meander and do whatever they need to while they take one specific lane and just take it as much as they can over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
That might be what they're trying to do, or at least maybe patrolling with the Poppy to try and catch someone making a mistake.
Oh, and it looks like Highway and Ribeiro are trying to push onto this camp, maybe steal it from the other team. But no, they finished it off. NC finishes off the camp.
Now, there's just a large jungle camp. Those don't really matter that much now. Just
however, there's a 2-on-3 situation, now 4-on-2, as the whole NC team has showed up on the mid lane, going into the jungle to the bottom lane.
It's still anyone's game, even with the 2 Infernal Drake boosts right there.
Oh, and it looks like some stars. However, Tracer's come to help.
Oh, look at that.
And it's a triple. Wait, hold on, everyone from Point Park has decided to show up.
Oh no, the miss from the Ornn. Oh, wait.
Oh, and Big Man has been eliminated by Gideon.
Lulu down. Can they get the Poppy?
Ribeiro's trying to chase after some stars.
The cage. Poppy is
Some stars is down by Gideon.
This might be it. This might be the mistake.
Yeah, ear spearing.
Oh, Garen coming in.
Trying to do some damage. He takes out Gideon.
It might be a good time to back off or trying to...
However, Ace, he's been eliminated by Highway.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and there goes Ribeiro. Ribeiro's been eliminated. It's so hand soap.
It might be time to retreat. Oh my goodness.
Tracer and Highway are back. No, Tracer's still trying to push on that assault with Kit. Can he try to get the elimination from Kit?
No.
Oh, and they're...
Oh, it's a 2v1 now. It's a 2v1 state.
Yeah, but Tracer's still on the attack, the assault.
Looks like Baron might just be retreating for now. Lulu is...
That was a beautiful...
In the woods.
That was a beautiful battle. Point Park still kept it in there, though.
Wonderful back and forth. Ultimately, North Carolina still kind of pulled out with the numbers, but they held their own. My goodness.
Like, that was impressive by
They got to watch out for that Garen sweeping in and nabbing someone off in the sideline, but...
Some stars trying to get more camps. Got that camp out, Ribeiro, now pushing. Tracer pushing E-Spearing. Done some damage. Ooh. Trying to get the minions out of the way.
Let's see, Ornn here's got Warmogs and Sunfire Aegis. They're pretty tanky and can just kind of heal on their own. They might have met Garen sort of passive for passive here.
Some stars still trying to take out some camps. However, here comes Ribeiro and Spooky Hand Soap to push on some stars. Now they back it off. They're going to go after another camp.
Clearing out the pit from all those wards. Which, I mean, they might as well. They kind of have to in this situation. Point Park is in a bit of a tough spot. Because of Drake lead, North Carolina can just kind of pick up and put down all the Infernal buffs they can. If they get the Infernal Soul, it is really bad if that Garen gets a hold of it. Frankly, that Garen's been on a roll ever since start. 700 gold bounty. He's got Striver. He's got Dead Man's Plate. He's got their third item that I'm kind of blanking on. But that just means that he has very high attack speed and just general speed.
And it looks like to be a 4-on-5, maybe a 5-on-5. Are we going to see a 5-on-5 battle with Point Park and NC?
It's someone making a mistake. Just to see what that might be.
I don't know, but it looks like Point Park.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
They're all nervous. They're all nervous to come after this battle.
Somebody's waiting. They might be trying to force Drake.
And they have forced Drake. Drake is now on the lineup. They're going for the assault.
Rakan and Ornn.
They're going for the assault.
Shuffle.
Oh, and E-Spearing has eliminated both Gideon and Spooky Hands. So AC eliminates Gideon. Kit has slain Ribeiro. Tracer has slain some stars.
Oh my god! Oh, but the Chicks might clean up. It is a 2v1 now.
And there goes Tracer. Tracer's been eliminated by AC. AC taking a triple, and he gets an ace.
That was an incredible fight. The Garen just kind of ignored them and swept to the side. The Garen still has a bounty. He lost the first bounty and has a new one. My goodness.
It's a rough battle to lose for Point Park, but...
But there's still one more Drake. They can still pull it out. Elder won't show up until the first soul is captured.
Yeah.
So it's another... what, till 30? Oh, it appears due to some Point Park internet that the game is over. Unfortunately, if I had to wager, I think that might have been a North Carolina victory, given how things were going at that point.
Yeah, and that is very unfortunate with how the internet was going.
But we can bring it back. There's 2 more games, or one if you're on the North Carolina side. But regardless, there's 2 more games for Point Park to take.
Hopefully.
And we've stolen a few. We stole that Rocket League game. Well, not really, but you get the idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on in the technical department.
It's a common occurrence, but we continue.
Yes. That first battle was extremely good.
It was very harrowing at the end there. Really good team fight. It's just the Garen can just, like I said, if he snowballs, he is a complete stone wall through and through.
Yeah, and that. With that, it's unfortunate for Point Park.
That's a lot of characters too. It's not just Garen. It's any top laner that can snowball. Some do it easier than others. Like any top, like even Ornn could have snowballed, Gangplank snowballs, Cassante snowballs, Yone, Yasuo, etc., etc., etc. Just about every character that works in that position can snowball. It's just a matter of if you're in that position or if you're realizing it, is to how to essentially play into them without, it's like playing not to lose,
yes,
versus playing to win. You can turn that into playing to win, but it takes care. It takes a little bit of care and execution. I've done it plenty of times, albeit I was playing Darius, not Garen, but I've done it plenty of times.
You can see Coach Chris talking to the team.
My God.
You see Coach Chris talking to the team.
Give the old pep talk, the old hear ye, hear ye.
Yeah, about that game, how that game went.
A lot of good, a few mistakes, but that is what it kind of comes down to.
Yeah, and let's talk about how the freshmen did. I was definitely surprised on Tracer's performance today.
They did incredible. Just an unfortunate circumstance, they got matched up with a Garen, the lead poster boy, and the character just kind of is versus like what the character can do. Like Garen has so much. He has a little spin that silences, so you can't do stuff. He just has passive health regen. He's got armor, and he has like a one-hit kill move after like a certain while. It is a very dangerous but very simple kit.
Yeah.
But I think Ornn did a fantastic job working with what he has, which is kind of what you have to do as a top laner. You just kind of have to roll with the punches and just kind of see how things go.
And let's get back to Gale on the support on the bottom lane. Did a really good job with the support.
Yeah, no, very much so, very much so.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of those shields catch on the right spot. A lot of those shields catch on in just the right time to save a few lives and stop a few kills happening sooner than later. Probably clutched up in a few spots. I think it worked very well, incredibly well.
Extremely well. And also with Gibby's performance, that was a great performance from Gibby, especially I believe it was jungle mid lane.
I think jungle.
I think it was jungle. Yeah, jungle.
Jarvan work was really nice.
Yes, he did a great job. Ribeiro, as usual, doing what he does best, and of course, there's Highway in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think with Highway, I think with top and mid, it was one of those circumstantial things. But I think regardless, everyone did pretty well. The game was very close.
Yeah, they had a really nice rush on the top lane.
The entire sequence, the game was close.
Yeah, they had a really nice rush on that top lane, especially with all 5 of them, but that last 5-man battle, that was, I think, one of the most exciting things that I've seen so far with the League team. However, they do need to come back with the numbers and try to win the next one.
But hopefully, bans change. You can always adapt them. I think some bans that might happen might just be Garen, just to get him out of the system. But you knock one annoyance down, and about 2 more will pop up in its place. So it's one of those pick your poison type deals.
Of course.
Realistically, the only thing you can do is just try and play carefully and hope that if you're in top lane situation, you can get some kind of gank support if that's viable. It might not be, but it's circumstantial.
And we are here getting ready for the second game, I think. That win does go to NC because of Point Park Wi-Fi.
Phrase.
Unfortunately. So we will take the loss with the Wi-Fi.
But hopefully we'll see a win.
Yeah,
hopefully. And if not, there is always next game.
There's always next week.
It's always important not to knock yourself down about that.
Yes. Getting some live action feeds from the team
of our wonderful players. And our wonderful rec room. Look at all that. Black, green. Nice green exit sign. So much nice stuff. We got the facilities, folks. Though it also might look like some careful pre-game planning. Oh, if only we could be there. Not in this stuffy studio.
Yeah, it's extremely hot in here.
But let's see. I mean, optimism looks like on everyone's faces. Some optimistic stuff. I'm just very curious to see how things are going to pan out after, within the next game.
Now, going based on the last meeting that I had with Coach Chris, he did talk to me personally saying that he wants to come out with new merch. New merch.
Beanies, lanyards, t-shirts, Jenko jeans. Not Jenko jeans. Pins, perhaps. A lot of stuff is on the... We're sort of on a conceptual stage.
Possible bandanas.
Yeah.
Especially how the way that Gale plays with his bandana. Get that Point Park bandana look.
Get the swag. Get the drip. Get that sort of team cohesion. And hopefully we'll see some in production soon. Again, still in the sort of idea stage, but we do have the means and some money. I'm not quite sure how much.
Not a lot, though, but some.
Enough for it.
Speaking of money, our sponsorship today is sponsored by Redbull.
Redbull, love it. Love it. Nice and cool.
Red Bull gives you wings, and it gives us energy to play the games we love.
Oh, yes.
I hope we get production soon.
Yeah.
It is...
Event would be amazing in here, but no vents to keep Twitch out. keep Twitch, keep Nocturne, keep all those little gremlins out of the booth. Out of the booth. But hopefully we can see the next game coming up soon. I'm curious to see how the bans and picks are going to be.
Yeah, especially with how that first game went.
Oh. No, still some more of just our fine players. So fine, so ready to fight. You can feel it in the air. You can really feel it in the air. It's time. It's time for a good fight, a good game, a good... maybe an invade. I'd love to see an invade. Why not? This is the first of the season. Anything's possible. No, we're no slave to no meta. It's fine. Let's see support Gangplank. Let's see top Vigar. Why not? I'm looking to see some action. Maybe just switch top and bot lane for thrills. And we're at the character pick phase. We already got on Atlantis' side banning the usual contenders so far, Mordekaiser and Alawi. Point Parker's already banned Gangplank. Again, I'm not quite sure why. Point Park on the second ban. Milio with Atlantis banning Aatrox. I can still afraid the Bruce, but I feel like if you have a Garen, then it seems like an Aatrox is a moot point. But a Thresh is a really good support. He has a really long chain thing, and he'll get you, and he'll pull you, and he can pull himself to you.
It's kind of like Scorpion.
More or less.
Mordekaiser.
More or less. Udyr. That is strange, but interesting. Udyr. I love a good Udyr. I like to play Udyr myself. Oh, no. Atlantis took Caitlyn.
That is unfortunate.
But I'm sure we got something in the works here. Come on. How about a Janna, a Karthus, a Karma, Lysandra, Lux, Nasus? Come on. We got a lot of stuff.
Something.
Now, exact order of things, from what I remember, typically in norms, the order is random.
How many characters are now in League?
Oh, enough to fill a small auditorium, I bet.
Rakan.
Looks like that's our Gale with Rakan, a very solid choice from last game.
And his choice from last game was...
Rakan.
Rakan again.
Yeah.
So, Gale just picking the comfortable pick.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, it ain't broke, don't fix it. Same thing with Redbull.
Yeah, Red Bull. Love to see it. Love to see it.
And Twitch.
Oh, a Twitch. There we go. Invisibility, poison, smelly poisons.
Twitch is a good pick, I heard.
He is a tricky little guy, and if he's built up enough with items and just strength, he can wipe out a lot of characters as is. He is very good if you can get him. He's a snowball character again. If you can get the ball rolling, he is fantastic.
Now, how do you feel with that Twitch pick? Who do you predict is playing that right now?
Search me, frankly. I'm not super
Is it
familiar
like
with
on top lane, bottom lane?
Oh, bot lane for sure. Sometimes mid lane. I've seen a few weird
Probably
ones.
Ribeiro. So
We got Atlantis with Tark and Xin Zhao. That's going to be our support and jungler. Xin Zhao is really nasty. You can just kind of make people attack him for fun. And Tark is a shield-heavy guy. Big gems.
Nocturne.
Jungle for the Nocturne. That Nocturne's very nasty. He can make you go blind.
That's probably Gibby with the Nocturne pick.
Nocturne's a pretty solid one, especially with some of the higher play Nocturnes. I've seen something called Drive-By Nocturne, where he uses his ultimate, where he flies across the map, and you can still use cooldowns. So he'll shoot his Q, which is a big hand, and then leap in with the ult at the same time.
Oh, it looks like we have some bans. Point Park
Poppy.
Poppy. That's a good ban.
I mean, getting rid of the sort of support jungler type is pretty good. Illaoi, nasty one. I don't know if that's super relevant at the moment, but yeah, why not?
Yeah, and Point Park with their...
It is a lot of top lane bans still, which is it's still surprising me. But then again, you know, it's a poison you're going to pick. If you're not going to deal with one thing, you'll deal with another.
And if you really think about those top lane players...
Oh, an Azir ban. That's interesting. I feel like that's more for the displacement Azir brings rather than anything else.
And I believe Azir was played last game, which is Azir basically, like, roundhouse kicked everything.
Yep, the Shurima Shuffle. Although not quite shuffling just yet.
And that final pick from NC
is Syndra, our fellow highway, is now
very upset.
Assumedly mainless. But everyone's got like 5 mains. It's League of Legends. We're back with Ornn.
There's
Ornn top. It cannot fail.
There's LeBron. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Ornn's a solid pick regardless.
That's Tracer for you. Let's see what NC picks.
Oh yeah, what's Atlantis got? We see some very Smolder. Now hang on a minute. No, where Smolder can either be bot lane or mid lane. There's no in between here.
I'm not sure, but that Smolder pick from the way that you said it is very, very.
I am Orianna. Now I am aghast, confused, and concerned. There's a lot of. Well, who's the top lane then?
It might.
It has to be. Is it?
It might be Smolder.
I mean, I feel like if you want a top lane, Aurora is a top lane caster. Although I guess, hang on. So I know for a fact bot lane is Caitlyn and Taric. Xinjiao must be jungle, which leaves mid lane and top lane between Smolder and Orianna. Either way, that is a rough like a dog, rough for Ornn.
I wonder what our mid lane pick is because I know Highway hasn't picked yet. And let's see what Highway chooses because I know if it was Highway's pick, he would have already.
Silas, the copycat character. Yeah, he's a melee type, but his ultimate can copy any other ultimate in the game.
Dang.
And his own stats rewrite the damage. So if it's a physical move, he'll still be dealing magic damage. That's an elusive, slippery man.
That man
escaped Damacian prison.
That man is
very slippery. That's exciting. The copycat character. There's a lot of really good alts on the enemy team. Caitlyn just has a sniper shot that can be cross map if you point and click on him.
And we're looking back at our League of Legends teams. If you look to the left, who is just leaving around the corner, that is Clash That Caleb, our captain for the Rocket League team.
Our wonderful, wonderful captain.
Captain, my captain.
Oh, captain, my captain. You're a captain, too, if you come and join Point Park. If you come and roll here.
And, of course, Coach Chris alongside with... I'm not sure who that is.
Foggus, again, the animation minds. Deep in the trenches.
Of course. I do love the fact that Lucas is so, like... I believe... Is it Lucas that is the captain, or is Highway the captain of the league team?
You know, I've never asked.
I think it's Highway. But Highway, if you look at Highway's eyes right now, he is just concentrated. He is so concentrated. He is so focused. Same thing with Gibby. Same thing with LeBron. Same thing with Lucas, Gale. They're all focused on that one mission, and that one mission alone of beating the University of North Carolina.
It is astounding. Tension is in the air. They are ready to rumble, ready to fight. Get a good pregame stretch there. We're all ready to go, I think.
Yep.
Now, if only the game could start, perhaps.
Right? I wish the game would start.
I think that's Riot for you. They got to update the client, make it a little bit faster.
But no sponsorship.
No sponsorship. But we do have a sponsorship from Redbull.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Red Bull gives you wings. Red Bull lets you pass go and collect $200. Red Bull gives you what you need. The best anyone can get.
And it vitalizes body and mind.
Yeah, there you go.
That's pretty good. 110 calories.
That's surprisingly, I thought it was more. Genuinely, I never bothered to look. I thought it was high. I thought it was like a Dr. Pepper where it's 190.
27 grams.
I know. It's so wild. It's up in like the 150 to 180s. It is insane.
That is crazy.
It's wild how much. I think Pepsi is like 250. It is nutty. Yeah, it is wild how much calories are in soda.
Soda's calories are just...
Red Bull, though, is caffeine efficient. Right on the 100. You can drink as many
80.
as you need.
It's actually 80.
What?
It's 80 milligrams. 80 milligrams caffeine
Per
content. It's on the bottom.
Oh, no, calories, not caffeine.
Oh, calories is 110. Yes.
Yep.
But caffeine is 80 milligrams.
That's more than 79.
That is more than the coffee I drink in the morning. You know how many coffee I drink? You know how much coffee I drink in the morning?
5?
0.
Oh, that definitely, yeah. Anything more than 0 is more than 0.
We're in college. We should know this.
And it looks like we are back to us with a slight delay. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, germs and gentlemen, we will be on the game soon. Hopefully at the start of the game and not like a minute or two back or forward.
And hopefully Point Park's internet does not crash and we have to take the L.
Hopefully not. But well, even if so, we'll make sure we'll double check, see what happened, and to make sure that our bets were correct.
Yes. What are your predictions for this game?
Oh, where to begin? I think top lane is going to be in a rough spot regardless. They have either an Orianna or a Smolder to deal with, which is not fun. They might have switched. I don't know. Tark top. I knew a guy that did that once. It didn't work, to my memory.
How about the middle lane?
Mid lane, I think that's toss. What was mid lane again? That was...
I'm going to say that was...
Silas. That was Silas. Silas, he's a melee character. Silas might have to deal with 2 different range characters.
So that might be
I
a disadvantage.
I feel like Orianna might be the better option just because Smolder is an ADC. So you're dealing with like a lot more range attacks versus like just a general caster.
Gotcha.
But ranged abilities, Orianna can just blow things up with her mind and magic, and it is very nasty. I mean, maybe a bit of magic resistance might help, but
what about that bottom lane?
Bot lane, the Kate's on the other foot now, which concerns me. But again, with Caitlyn, if you just stay on top of her or like just try and catch her out, she is kind of a nothing burger if you can do that. Yeah, but I think that's the same thing with Garen. I feel like I'd have to wait and look and watch.
You said there's 3 different types of Drakes?
There are like 5 actually. So you have each increase a stat. The more like it has a stat increase on like 5 different stats. You can get up to 4 of them. And in the games, the first 2 Drakes are whatever. The third Drake is the Drake that appears as the soul, which will be that Drake for every other instance of Drake. In the last game's case, it was Life Drake and Earth Drake, or Chemtech Drake and Earth Drake, or Mountain.
It wasn't an Infernal?
Infernal was the third one.
Yeah.
So we got, let's see, Chemtech, which is life, that increases healing and just passive healing regen. There's Mountain, which is armor and defense. Then there is Fire, Infernal, which is attack power.
So what do you think the first Drake to come out is going to be?
Wind, hopefully. Wind is fun. Wind is just movement speed.
It makes you go fast. It
Actually,
makes
there might
you have wings like Redbull.
There might be more. I think there's like maybe 6. There's Hextech, which has something to do with like true damage, I think. But
Gotcha.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I haven't played League personally in a while. I've been very busy with just stuff and things.
It looks like our delay is going to be over here just shortly. We're going to get back into the game.
Sorry, never mind. Minor technical errors. I am excited to see this Silas. I think Silas is really funny. He can make you explode with enough magic power. And he has a sort of empowered auto attack. If he uses an ability, his normal attack gets harder to hit, or it hits harder. And you can chain them together.
Good little chain there, We're going to get some combos. Some AB up, down, left, right, AB start type things. Nice little combos. And we are in the game.
Yes.
Spooky in.
It looks like a Smolder top. Yeah, all power to that Ornn. I would not want to be in his position. But with Smolder's a tricky guy. He sneezes. He's just a kid that doesn't know table manners or any kind of manners in general. He'll sneeze on you. He'll cough on you. He'll look at that weird cat that coughs and just looks weird. But he is still dangerous. His little sneeze bubble, lasting damage. It sticks around. But beyond that, I think we're in a good lineup. Twitch can just go invisible, so you can't worry about what you can't see.
Kit has done already some damage.
Yep, Oriana poking a little bit at at Point Park's Nocturne. But the laning phase has begun.
And it looks like Ribeiro is going to be taken out of camp already in the beginning of the game. Kit's trying to take a little bit of some pot shots on Highway.
We're doing poking. Oriana is still a more ranged than Silas. But there you go. There's the combo thing I was telling you about.
And
the
Highway
more
done
Silas
some
uses abilities, the harder he hits. And he's slippery too.
AC and Big Man.
A little jittery, but we're looking at the state. Looks like bot lane is still in a pretty much a neutral state. Hopefully, yeah, admittedly, I just kind of wish it would stay that way, because Fed bot lane is a nasty bot lane. I mean, any Fed lane is nasty, frankly. But let's see. I see some pots already being used by Point Park Silas.
And
But it looks like things are looking pretty casual.
Hold on, Kit.
Oh,
Kit might be in a little bit of trouble.
Quite. I think we're fine. We're fine.
Yeah, Highway.
He's just getting poked. He's just getting poked at the moment.
Yep, just, you know, a little poke it. Poke it and joke it, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Looks like Point Park is pushed into turret, but that is still a safe place to be. It does give room for any junglers to gank.
Oh, and here Ribeiro's come to attack. Highway
First
Ribeiro
blood.
hit, and Ribeiro gets first blood.
There you go, first blood on the Nocturne. We love to see it.
Beautiful
That gives
double
Nocturne
team.
quite the edge. Pushing into Xinjiao.
Oh, and hold on. Tracer and ear spearing. Ear spearing a little low.
That is an advantage I forgot to mention. Top laners usually fight top laners because they're tanky. If a top laner is not fighting a top laner, they have the advantage. They're hardier. They can take a lot more.
Ear spearing. Oh, hold on. Here comes Tracer.
Yeah.
Tracer on the run. Tracer.
And
ear spearing, and Tracer gets the kill.
And like I said, there it is. He's a little too fragile at the moment. He can still get nasty. But if that keeps up and they keep dying like that, Point Park might see a victory.
Nice little 2-0 lead right off the bat.
Very good. Almost a whole 1,000 gold ahead. We are looking fantastic. Grubs are also almost up. We got a few more minutes.
Ribeiro and Tracer both getting aggressive right at the beginning. That's a little messed up right there. You know, Ribeiro, who is, you know, basically someone on. Oh, and it looks like Tracer might have to go back here.
Yeah, Smart can still dish out damage. Oh, and it looks like Nocturne is alive.
Wow, Ribeiro's trying to get away. Hold on.
Come on.
Oh, some starts takes out Ribeiro. That's a 1 kill.
Oh.
And hold on, here comes AC.
Can Twitch be saved? Twitch should be saved if they don't move back into the fight.
Spooky needs to get out of there. No, Spooky's out.
Recoup the losses.
Big Man gets a double kill. And it's back to 2-2.
Still in a slight gold lead, especially with that smaller act in the ways.
Hold on, Tracer. Tracer with E-spearing going on the fight.
Looks like bot lane might be a touch. Well, maybe not babysat. Let's see. They have at least one plate off of tower. Which means that you give them a bit more of a head in gold.
Looks like E-spearing might be taking advantage on that channeling call by Tracer.
Oh, but not quite. With teleport, you can be right back on it. Little Point Park internet kind of rattling the bones here of our signal, but we're still on it.
We're getting that little bit of a Kit Kat and Kit Kat, yeah. Kit and Highway action.
Looks like Silas here is freezing wave to prevent Oriana from getting any closer. But that does lead into a crash. It's very... Minion management is a very testy art.
Oh, and here comes Spooky Hand Soap, though.
Oh, coming in for the assist.
Yes, Ribeiro on some camps. Spooky Hand Soap trying to help out. Help Highway there, trying to clear up some minions.
Highway has ultimate. Silas can now copycat any ultimate he sees.
And Kit getting some damage done. Some stars.
Now, if I were a betting man, and I usually only bet when I know I'll win, I think Oriana, just because they're right there, but I also believe Smolder and Kate are going to be really good copy targets. Really strong ultimates right out the gate. Very powerful, very straightforward.
Oh, and Tracer might be going for the attack on E-Spearing. The E-Spearing backing off.
Don't want to get too close. Grubs are up. It'd be fantastic if someone got those.
It might look like Point Park might get them because Point Park is definitely in the area in the jungle. I'm not sure. Looking down at the map, it does, however, look like it might be more on the side of NC.
Yeah, they both have ultimates.
And NC trying to go for the Drake right away.
Smolder's ultimate, by the way, a big straight line of fire. It is a nasty piece of work. Nocturne collecting those grubs for Point Park.
Good
closing
stuff
in
by
the
Ramiro.
gold deficit, coin by coin. Getting Drake as well. That looks like Mountain Drake. Hello, Mountain Drake.
And Mountain Drake. We got Point Park getting the grubs, however, NC getting the Drake. A little bit of balance there.
It's all about objective play here.
Mountain Drake now taken out, slain by the blue team.
Now I wonder what's next. I'm hoping Cloud Drake shows up. That's the funnest one.
Oh, and
Oh, look at Silas going all in. Oh, slight whiff, but we're there. We're getting there.
Highway and Kit doing some damage to each other. Highway trying to push on Kit.
Gotta be careful of that ball. It's gravitational pull.
Oh, and hold on. Highway on the attack for Kit. Kit's low. There's a nice little double team action with Gideon Spooky on Big Man and AC.
Hopefully Nocturne might be able to sweep up if they can get a hold of ultimate. At level 6, Nocturne gets nasty.
Some stars in the jungle. Here's Trace.
Top lane looking
E-Spirit.
pretty solid. Jitteriness of this signal is a little rough, but
Oh, and here comes
competing ultimates. There they go. That's Smothers.
Tracer and Ear Spearing. Throwing blows at each other.
The fight is... Yeah, still feels like anyone's game here.
Yeah. The gold, though, has definitely gone to NC's side.
That is going to be bad. It's going to be harsh. I think that boils into CS. Some kills might have to compensate, but oh, there's Nocturne.
And Rebiro to help Tracer out, and there goes Ear Spearing. Tracer helping out there.
Oh, bot lane sweeping in on our on Atlantic's Caitlyn.
Big Man and Spooky.
Oh, can poison kill her? It's full poison stacks. Oh. Yeah, Tar can do a lot of things. He can freeze, he can stun, he can do a lot. He can just like a 10-in-1 shampoo.
Definitely a kill, more of a kill. Big Man has come.
Oh, the juke.
Here's Gideon. Gideon has the trouble. AC has slain Gideon.
A little bit of a poor placement, but that was kind of an unfortunate circumstance there.
And now it's back to a 3-3 tie.
Has Silas copied anyone? I don't think so. You'd usually see it in his bar, on his health bar. Or like in like those little circles there. Oh, what a beautiful little recall duo. That's so cute.
Kit and Highway now getting some action. Here we go.
I think if I want to do it in that health, if Silas can snag a really handy ultimate, he might be able to all in.
Ribeiro and Gideon, maybe Gideon helping with this camp. No, Ribeiro going to do it himself.
I gotta get the lane. Gotta keep the time on. Everyone's on the clock. Well said, though. It is a low kill game, in my opinion. 3-3 at 10 minutes.
That's insane.
To be a game of 26 and 25 at 15.
Looking at the kill leader, looks like LeBron has more kills.
Yeah, no, there you go. Fat Orn is a good Orn.
And of course, some stars, the jungle player with 2 kills.
Good job on the Xinjiao's part.
Yeah, most deaths though.
I haven't seen the Xinjiao gank at all, which is a little...
Oh, and Tracer going on the assault.
Ooh.
Tracer going on the assault on
The
Esports.
positioning is clean. Oh, the
Trying to get the finish. Tracer gets Ear Spearing eliminated. And Highway and Kit. Highway and Kit. Highway has slain Kit.
Oh, if Warren can run away, I don't think it's possible.
And Tracer's been eliminated by some stars. That's unfortunate. However, the double blow by Point Park with not only Tracer getting a kill, but Highway getting a kill. That is extremely good for Point Park.
It'll work. I'm a little worried about top lane area.
Yeah,
Gale's up top.
Gideon getting a little...
There's a 2-and-2 up here, and it's very concerning.
Yeah, AC and Big Man trying to get that top lane going.
They're clearing the grubs. They're trying to get some objective distance.
Trying to get the grubs. Here comes Rabiro, and here comes Spooky trying to go on the assault. Tracer's there.
There we go.
Oh, and what a shutdown.
Now dead.
Some stars has been erased from existence. And trying to steal the grubs. Great steal from Point Park.
If I could read where the stats are for the grubs specifically. I think Point Park is ahead on grubs by like 4 or 5 at least.
Yeah, I believe the grubs are at the top right on the screen. And it looks like 1 grub for NC, 1 Drake for NC, but it is a 2-kill lead.
I would
for Point
still
Park.
say Point Park's going to have it objectively with those grubs. Grubs
Yeah,
are
Highway.
way stronger than Drake's.
Highway. Oh, Highway is going to get double teamed by Big Man and Kit.
Hang on a minute. Hang on.
Highway's going to have to get out of there.
Highway, I believe, copied Tark's ult, which makes him invincible for a while. A very good defensive use of Copycat.
And I'm actually very surprised on how Tracer has been doing on the top lane. So
Wow, I'd be in agony if I had to fight a ranged opponent as a melee character.
oh, yeah. Oh, and there's a beautiful fight with Rabiro and Spooky. Big Man. Highway trying to come in there.
Man's
They're going to try to
ultimate.
steal the Drake. They're going to try to steal the Drake. Highway.
X-Tech.
And the Hextech Drake has been slain by the blue team. That's 2 Drakes for NC. Spooky's trying to get out of there.
It's the Inferno. It's the Inferno Drake is the main one now. It's still an Infernal Soul.
Oh, and wait, look at this battle. Stomp Stars has slain Spooky. Spooky's been eliminated. And a double kill by Some Stars. But Some Stars has been shut down by Gideon.
Gideon, run. Run.
The kill lead is still there for Point Park. However, a double kill from Some Stars. That was a beautiful tactical advantage.
There's Orn just farming away a bountiful harvest this evening.
There's Tracer. Looks like Tracer might be the first person to get... Oh, no. Get stopped by E-Spearing, trying to get that turret down. Rabiro trying to get some camps down here. Rabiro knocks that camp down. AC trying to push on that turret. Kit trying to get rid of some hidden things. Tracer trying to get rid of some minions. E-Spearing giving him a low shot. Tracer on the attack on E-Spearing. Tracer's a little low.
Maybe to compensate here. Ooh.
Oh.
A good flash. A good flash.
Tried to flash there. Didn't get it off. Let's see here. Big Man and AC, Gideon. Gideon and Spooky trying to secure top lane. Or is that bottom lane? That's bottom lane.
That's bottom line.
Yeah, bottom lane.
Top lane, though, looks to be packed for the gills for that Shelly, that Rift Herald.
And Rabiro and Tracer trying to get some things out. Is that a camp? I believe so. Spooky and Gideon trying to protect the turret. And Red Team has defeated the Rift Herald.
That gives them an advantage. Now they can drop
Beautiful
it wherever
advantage
they
for
please.
Point Park.
They're dropping it top to force an engagement.
Oh, and hold on. This is a triple assault on the turret. Red Team has taken the Rift Herald, and the blue team has destroyed one of the turrets. This is a 4-on assault on the bottom lane.
It's just like last game, a mirror of dropped towers.
And hold on a second. Tracer and Rabiro on the assault on E-Spearing. E-Spearing has nowhere to run. And E-Spearing is eliminated by Rabiro. What a double team by Tracer and Rabiro. It's now a 2-kill lead for Point Park.
You love to see it.
However, the gold is still in the favor of
That's a lot of CS right there. I think it's CS will give you more gold in the long run compared to kills, but if you get kills, it kind of closes the gap.
Tied for kills now is Ribeiro and Tracer. However, most kills in the game is still Sumstars with 5. That's insane. You can definitely tell who is extremely good in this situation.
All right, I think it's a matter of action, and I think ratio-wise, junglers are about the same, give or take a few kills, but the ratio is pretty similar.
Still, most deaths looks to be Big Man. Is that jungler? Big Man? Or is that the support?
That would be...
I believe that's the support.
No, it's going to be the Smolder E-Spearing.
Yeah.
Oh, they switched lanes. They rotated. Ornn is now dealing with the longest range in the game. Starting range, anyway.
All right. Things are getting a little intense on the top lane with Big Man and AC. Ribeiro. Hold on, a little bit of action with Spooky and Sumstars. Hold on, Ribeiro, though, noticed it. There looks like to be a 3-man assault on the top lane. 3-on-3 action. And Kit channeling. We go back up to the spawn of the Point Park team.
All's quiet on this front.
Not much action.
Although it looks like they're switching around to split for that bot lane.
Oh,
Ribeiro!
Ribeiro and Highway going straight at E-Spearing, and that's another death for E-Spearing. Highway getting the kill.
The poor guy, not a single starting item yet. Not one single main item.
And Tracer's in a little bit of a situation, but here comes Ribeiro. Here comes Spooky to come help. It's a 3-on-3 action. Gideon here.
Can they compensate?
E-Spearing. Tracer's been eliminated.
With Tark on the right. Oh, there we go.
And AC has slain Spooky. Sumstars has slain Gideon. And that is a big advantage for NC.
Kills same. The gold deficit is higher. They're going to go for Infernal Drake.
And Infernal Drake is going to be taken maybe by NC there. That will be 3 Drakes in a row.
Back and forth between this Silas and this Orianna. Oh my goodness.
Ribeiro might go on the assault on E-Spearing.
Wouldn't do that.
Bleed Team has slain the Infernal Drake.
They are now 1 Drake away from getting Soul, which is pretty rough.
Yeah, which
they don't have like the full stacks of it, like the 4 times of it, but it's still a bad situation. Soul is still a big boost.
Which is very good for
Seems like though they're moving as the units 4 on mid 1, and that is a rough position to be in.
Red turret destroyed, and that puts NC up on a turret. Gideon gets eliminated by Gideon. Oh, and there's a lot of commotion there. Ribeiro gets a kill on Kit. Highway has slain Kit. AC is on a killing spree. And that's Highway and Gideon down. But Sumstars and Kit also down. So still a tie game at 11-11.
The real fingernail biter.
Yeah, and here comes Tracer. Tracer trying to get E-Spearing. This might put up
too fast.
This might be a little push for Tracer. Point Park. And Tracer absolutely obliterating E-Spearing. 6 deaths.
Poor Smolder, my God.
Smolder getting destroyed.
Caitlyn caught out.
Oh, and Spooky and Gideon on the assault on AC.
3 bounty for Point Park.
And AC eliminated by Gideon. 2-kill lead, back up on it.
I can't imagine what that Caitlyn was thinking. My
beautiful, beautiful advantage by Point Park. And Tracer now backing off.
All's quiet on the Rift front. What will we see? Some wards, some strategery.
Now, if Point Park does go for the Drake, the 4th Drake, do NC still have a chance to get Soul?
Yeah, so the Drakes will keep coming until someone collects 4 Drakes, and then that Soul is given to that team.
Oh, and it looks like Ribeiro going on the attack with Highway, trying to get Kit. Kit might be in a bit of a pickle. And here comes Spooky. Spooky is...
Yeah,
oh, and
there you go.
Kit has been eliminated by Highway.
What a game, what a game.
Now, if I've noticed, Ribeiro has been aggressive this game.
Gonna have to be in this circumstance.
Ribeiro has been super aggressive, and it looks like there's a
I mean, Nocturne's a naturally aggressive jump
possible triple front. They're going to go for this camp. Big Man and AC pushing Spooky, I think. And Ribeiro taking out the camp. That's good. Spooky. Now, if I'm correct, Spooky has 6 assists.
That would be correct. The line goes kills, deaths, assists.
Yes, and
Tark is
10 assists for Big Man.
Tark has been pretty huge for this team, although that could also just mean a lot of the engagements have happened bot lane anyway. So it's a good it's a good way to sort of guesstimate how much that character's been kind of putting into the team fight.
And you could definitely see the teamwork with Point Park, with most of them having 4 kills.
Although with Ornn, I think that is just all in the smolder.
Yeah, and Ribeiro also helping with that smolder as well. Double pushing.
Looks like all's quiet. They're all waiting and ready.
Looks like there might be a little bit of an aggressive fight here. This might be a beautiful fight for the middle lane. Some stars pushing. Here comes the whole team. Here comes NC to push on the middle lane. Point Park not to be seen. But here they come on the top part. Trying to protect that turret.
If that's gone, there's going to be a big hole in the middle of their map.
Oh, and here comes the push. This might be a brilliant push. It's going to be a 4-on-5. Maybe a 5-on-5. Oh, look at this assault.
It's anyway.
Oh, Highway has slain E-Spearing. AC has slain Tracer. It's a double kill. Hit's been eliminated. There goes Gideon. Spooky down. Ribeiro down.
Oh no.
Highway's been killed. Substars with a quadra kill.
That's maddening.
An ace for some stars. Holy insane.
Near Penta, my God.
And this is very unfortunate for the Point Park, especially considering they are about to get Soul.
What a fight, though. I think definitely it was rough having the Ornn get caught out, but it almost pulled through. They're going to get, North Carolina is going to get Infernal Soul, which is not ideal, but you can turn it around.
Yeah.
There's still a, Baron is up at this point. Baron is up.
And this is with 5 grubs compared to four Drakes. Does that balance out?
It would be ideal if they can get Baron. With grubs, it's really good pushing power to break turrets down, but with actual plays, they gotta make a force of something. They get Baron, they can divide attention like that and keep them from staying as a unit, which seems to be what North Carolina is setting up for.
And we're about to hit the 25.
North Carolina might be looking to make an end play if they want if they're gonna take Baron.
Now, see, it looks to me like we're about to hit the 25-minute mark on the game. They look to be attacking that top lane, though. Bottom lane with Kit and Highway.
That Xinjia is going to be a huge target. 300 gold bounty, 10 kills, 3 deaths. He is not an enemy to be taken lightly. A really huge compensation for that smolder. 10
kills, that's extremely huge for some stars after that ace. And then 15 assists by Big Man. That support has been going off.
Support has been incredible. Looks like they're going for Baron little by little, piece by piece. Where Point Park is, seems like they're collecting toward the middle.
Now, if they get Baron, this might be...
It could be end. They'd have to play very defensively.
Oh, and here comes Ribeiro. Ribeiro has seen...
Can they get a steal? Can we get a steal?
Oh, and here's the attack.
That's
Blue team,
a shame.
Blue team has slain the Baron Nashor.
If they can kill the rest of blue team, though, they can cut off the Baron
Oh,
power up.
and there goes Ribeiro. He's been eliminated. Spooky's been eliminated. AC's out. There goes Tracer. There goes Highway. This NC team is working like a charm. 20 kills to 18. NC has taken the lead.
Unfortunate. Now, my work to recuperate is Baron only sticks around for as long as you're alive.
Yeah.
If you die once, you lose the power up, but seems to not be working out. Looks like they are going straight for the heart of mid lane. This might be the end if Death Timers can't catch up fast enough.
And they have taken out the
Ornn won't
red
be back
inhibitor.
for 10 seconds-ish on our end. Saps will be back for a full 10. Seems like they made their mark and broke an inhib and are now backing off.
Yeah, they've struck and taken it. Unfortunately, not too lightly with them. Some Stars and Esports trying to take out another camp. That is a very unfortunate for. Here comes Tracer to try to help Highway and
You're
Tracer.
copied Oriano. There we go.
Oh wow, Tracer.
Nocturne coming in with the metal chair.
And here's Ribeiro. All over E-spearing, and it's tied 2020.
They can still, Point Park can still exploit the weak ends of North Carolina's team comp right now, which is definitely Smolder and probably Kate or Oriana, I think. You have to jump them, but if it works, it works.
It does look, however, to be
There's
some
still
Stars.
a 7K, 6K gold deficit.
Yeah, and some Stars, and I believe Big Man are the only two players with that soul ability still.
Yeah, they're still kind of kicking around. I mean, it's valuable for I think 10 minutes. I want to say. That's how long it sticks around. I could be wrong. I could be off by like a few minutes, but it sticks around for a good while.
E-spearing has now respawned. Some Stars and Tracer now going back at it with some minions. I'm waiting to see a little bit of a gang up on this Some Stars player because of the bounty.
Although with Baron power up, they are able to sort of split push like this and really crash a huge wave into one lane and keep it occupied.
Yeah.
At this point, it's all a matter of trying to buy time to move some strength someplace else.
Oh, and it looks like Some Stars might be going after Tracer.
A daring choice. Then again, is Ornn at half health.
Tracer backing off now. Trying to get away from Some Stars with the way that Some Stars has been playing very aggressively.
The Baron power up is
Oh, here
over,
comes
though.
Tracer, though. Some Stars attacking Tracer.
Nocturne coming in with the sweep.
Oh, and Tracer has shut down Some Stars. What a kill!
They still have... Oh, no, I thought they still had a second bounty, because that does happen.
Tracer has taken the bounty.
Xinjiao's gone for a full half minute.
That is insane. What a kill from Tracer. That might just...
Maybe.
but
Can they compensate?
They need to back off, because here comes the push up the middle. Tracer needs to get back. Tracer is now back with the team. And they're trying to push the turret.
Xinjiao's back up in 15. Let's see what they can...
Oh, and here comes the assault on the NC team. Highway is slain E-spearing.
Oh, the Oriano.
Double kill.
There we go.
And AC's been eliminated by Gideon. They're pushing up from the front. Gideon's low, needs to get back. It is now a 4-kill lead by Point Park. We are still in this.
Should Gideon be up front that far? He's so low health. They're trying to take Elder. Ooh.
And they're trying to go for Elder.
Drake is a Drake.
But here comes Stump Stars. They don't see Stump Stars. But Ribeiro on the assault. Tracer has just spawned out of nowhere.
They're coming.
And and here comes Some Stars. Some Stars has slain Spooky. There goes their support. Gideon has slain Some Stars. Highway of attack has been
goodness.
vanished. And they have taken Elder.
Point Park can turn this around.
And E-spearing on the assault for Tracer.
With Elder, every team player, for as long as they can stand, for like the next time point, has execution chance now. It's like a % chance of max health execution. Is wild.
Yeah, that is extremely
wild. It's the longest lasting Drake power as well. It does go away once the next one shows up.
And it looks like there might be a nice little push up the middle from Point Park. Can we see it? Here comes Highway trying to maneuver.
Their inhibitor is back, so Point Park can't push mid without issue.
Oh, it looks like there's an assault. Gideon trying to go for the assault on E-spearing Big Man. Here comes Some Stars.
Oh, man.
However, Ribeiro is going to cut off Some Stars. And they're going to go for this attack on this camp.
Seems like a bit of a waste, but all right.
Yeah, the Highway, E-spearing Big Man hit are all three together, trying to eliminate the minions on the side. Point Park, Spooky, and Gideon trying to get...
They're trying to get Baron and close into that.
Yeah, oh, and here comes Ribeiro!
Oh,
Ribeiro been slain by Kit. It's a full-on assault by NC. Can they turn it around, though?
And the
Highway is on a rampage! Double kill by Highway!
Oh, heavens.
But it is NC who comes on top.
The Elder couldn't cover. That's a shame.
28 to 26.
Golly.
Point Park still ahead by 2 kills, but
the death timers, I think, are going to close it. It might be over.
This might be over, unfortunately.
The first person to respawn is going to be Rakan, but the support can't do very much on their own. Nocturne is also right behind them, but it might be over.
Yeah, it might be over. And that is the end of the game.
Clean game, though. Very clean game.
Very clean game.
Spectacular, honestly.
On the Point Park side, however, North Carolina gets the win.
Shame for Point Park, but good play on North Carolina. They did really good to cover their bases and compensate where Point Park had exploited their team. They did a good job. They did a good job.
I was very, very excited to see what this team had to come with. I was very excited to see, how this team would go against another team, especially with the amount of newcomers with Gibby, Gale, and of course LeBron.
I think they had the potential to really sort of pull the team up a good notch.
And we are going to have a look at how the team did. Coach Chris is talking with the team. I do hear that we might have an interview.
Perhaps.
With one of the players decided on us. How do you want to do this interview?
You can pick the first one.
All right, we can pick the first interview. All right. You know what? I believe that we should bring in the captain. The captain of the team. We'll bring in, of course, I believe that's Ribeiro. We'll bring in Ribeiro and talk to him about how his team did, how he felt they could fix things throughout the season, and change things to come back up on top. So, but good overall match between the team. We're just kind of looking.
A good game, a solid game. Frankly, impressed by both comps. A lot of what I thought was happening didn't work out the way I thought.
Yeah.
With Smolder being in top lane, I thought Orm would be in a bad spot, but because of how fragile ADCs are, it balances out.
I really think after getting Soul, that was just unfortunate. Yeah, and we couldn't steal Soul or we couldn't steal.
They got Elder. I thought the execution would.
The Elder
pan
kill
out.
was incredible, but we just couldn't get it done at the end of the day. So,
But there's always next week, and we'll see you there. Monday for Rocket League, Tuesday for League, Wednesday for Valorant. A whole triad of wonderful games with our wonderful teams against wonderful players like North Carolina.
all right, and we're here with Ribeiro. Would you like to come in and have an interview with us?
What's up, guys?
So overall, how did that team play work out at the end of the game?
So right now, I would say was pretty much a few major mistakes. The game was good, the flow of the game was good, but then a few major mistakes cost the game. The team is feeling good. We are feeling good with each other. So we just need to address those little moments, you know. So just hold a little bit and then rip it out and etc.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Point Park Internet stole that first game from us. Unfortunately.
My God, that was unlucky.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But however, noticing the how the team has been going off lately, and how you guys have been practicing, it does seem like you guys are getting better. How do you guys think about for the next game to improve?
So our practices are being really good, to be honest. Every time that we are practicing, we're going to try new things. For the next game, for example, I believe right now one of my mistakes, one mistake that caused kind of this last game. So it's just more about like, hey, hold a little bit, maybe those moments like have one voice or two voice more higher, saying like hold, okay, let's go. But of course, it's a game. Sometimes you have just that shorty, tiny window that you need to go through. But I believe it's just more about like communication right now, because the synergy is really good on the team.
And final last question for you: how do you feel that the rookies did this game with their first game of the season, coming in as freshmen? How do you believe they did this?
To be honest, both freshmen was really good. They came to add in the team, our top, our DC. They are feeling really like comfortable as well, So, but I would like to hear more from them, during the game. I know as a freshman, kind of maybe are scared to play your first competition, college level game, but they are good. They're good kids. So I'm hoping for the best for this season.
All right. And that's all, folks, that we have for Ribeiro. Thank you for coming in and interviewing with us. It was a good game. Unfortunately, you lost, but it's good to come back for the next game.
Next one's going to be a W.
All right. Perfect, man. Have a good one.